Heartless, Forbidden, Book 1. Written by Suzana Thompson. Narrated by Paulina Schubert. Chapter 18. The morning brought back my common sense. My wild imaginings from the previous evening were ridiculous when I thought about them with a rational mind. The shower scene from the movie, combined with Cade's assertion that having sex with him was inevitable, had given me some crazy ideas. I was bemused with myself as I got dressed for school and went downstairs to have breakfast. Cade and his mom were already in the kitchen, and I got the impression that they had been having an argument before I walked in. They both appeared to be tense, but Catherine attempted a light tone when she spoke to me. "Good morning," she said. "What would you like for breakfast?" I noticed that Lauren wasn't there, and I was surprised to see Cade eating oatmeal. He saw me looking at it. "I only splurge on the weekend," he told me. "I eat clean the rest of the time. Dad doesn't eat breakfast, so Lauren has morning offs during the week." "I can make you something," Catherine offered. "Thanks, but I'd like some cereal if you have it," I replied. Catherine stood up, and I followed her to see where things were kept so that I could serve myself next time. Mom had placed cereal boxes on top of the refrigerator in our apartment, but this house had a pantry where they were stored. There were more than the few boxes we'd had, and the pantry looked like a mini store with all the goods on the shelves. I was excited by the selection until I saw that the cereals were all the healthy kind. There wasn't even one box of frosted anything. It was all bran and fiber and protein this or that. I had to choose one with plain flakes, but I asked for sugar when I carried it back to the table. Cade had already gotten a bowl and a spoon for me and gotten the milk out of the refrigerator. He took the sugar out of the cupboard for me, but he commented that I was ruining a healthy breakfast. I innocently replied that a little sugar never hurt anyone, and his gaze fixed on mine. "No, it doesn't," he agreed in an entirely different tone. His sexual innuendo was as blatant as if he had said something dirty, and I felt embarrassed in front of his mom. I broke eye contact with him and focused on pouring milk and cereal into my bowl. As I was spooning sugar into it, Cade spoke again, but his words were cold this time. "Why aren't you wearing your new clothes?" he asked in haughty disapproval. I bristled at having to explain myself to him. "I can wear what I want." "You don't like anything we bought yesterday?" Catherine questioned. "I like everything," I assured her, "but I'm just saving them." "For when?" Cade demanded. "You're not poor anymore. You don't have to conserve your clothes. Donate that stuff to Goodwill and put on something nice." I was surprised it would even occur to him to donate something to a charity, but I was annoyed at his attitude. Unlike my threadbare t-shirt yesterday, there was nothing wrong with the one I was wearing now. My jeans were also in decent condition, so his criticism was unwarranted. "Don't make me put my sweatpants on again," I warned him in defiance. "I wasn't aware I could make you do anything," he retorted, "but that's good to know." It wasn't spoken with a smirk, but the wicked gleam in his eye had the same effect. I responded with a scowl. Catherine admonished him to stop pestering me, and she urged us not to be late for school. Cade finished his oatmeal. "I'll drive today," he said. I glanced at him as I chewed my cereal. "I'm driving myself," I said after I swallowed my food. "We can take turns," he told me. "We'll carpool and save on gas." "I know how you like to save money," he taunted. While I would ordinarily hate to be wasteful and drive 2 cars when we were going to the same place, I didn't want to spend any more time with Cade than I had to. "I have to go to work after school," I explained for Catherine's benefit. "That was the whole point of me getting a car, remember?" I couldn't resist taunting him. "You don't even need to work," he began to argue. "She likes her independence," Catherine asserted. "I told you to stop pestering her. She's driving herself, so you don't have to wait for her. Go to school," she ordered. Cade didn't look too happy about being told what to do, but he silently obeyed. I was again surprised when he rinsed out his bowl in the sink and set it in the dishwasher. I had expected him to leave his dirty dishes on the table for the maid to clean up, but putting them away was obviously a routine for him. "The party is next Friday," he mentioned before leaving the room. "I already invited everyone yesterday. Your crush is coming," he added with that smirk I had been expecting earlier. It made me want to annoy him in return, but he always had a comeback to anything I said. Now I not only had the frustration of dealing with him, but I had to deal with his friends at this party I didn't even want to be at. I didn't even have one friend of my own that I could invite. An idea came to me in that moment. There was one person I'd met since I'd become entangled with Cade who seemed like she could be a potential friend. The fact that Cade couldn't stand her only added to her appeal. "Can I invite someone too?" I asked Catherine. "Of course," she replied. "It's your party too. Invite anyone you want." I smiled at the thought of undermining Cade. He wouldn't be able to make a scene in front of his mom and all the people at the party. It would annoy the hell out of him, and I would enjoy pissing him off. I texted Jen about the party as soon as I sat down in my car. After I drove out of the garage, I got a response from her. "Will Cade be there?" I stopped the car and texted back. "Yes, but don't worry about him. His mom won't let him kick you out." I waited, and she texted back after a pause during which she was probably debating what to do. "Okay, don't tell him I'm coming." I hadn't been planning on it, and I sent her a message that I wouldn't. My glee over ruining the party for Cade was making me look forward to it, and it made me enjoy my first solo drive in my car even more. I felt on top of the world right then, and it was a great feeling. I should have remembered that the last time I'd felt like that was when Lucas asked me out. I had been flying high until I crashed and burned when he dumped me. Now I was back up there feeling like I was soaring high where Cade couldn't reach me. It made me reckless, and I decided to take it to the extreme. He wanted me to look better? Then I would make him see that he should be careful what he wished for. I didn't consider myself a great beauty, but I knew that money could work miracles. It would be poetic justice to use Cade's money against him. Catherine had made sure I had her number in case I needed it, so I called her when I arrived at school. "Hi, sorry to bother you, but I was thinking I'd like to get a makeover for the party. Could you help me?" "Absolutely," she replied enthusiastically. "I'll arrange for it Friday after school. You'll premiere your new look at the party." "Thank you," I told her. "I want to make a big impression." "Don't worry, Lexi. You're going to be stunning." "Oh, this is going to be so much fun," she gushed. It sure will be, I thought. Not only would I piss off Cade when he saw that I had invited Jenna, but I would also frustrate him by looking hot and flaunting what he couldn't have. It would be a minor annoyance in his life, but it was all I had to throw at him.